Is it worth it though? Is it worth it to you to spend that kind of money? And by the way, all the radios that I have here, I will have a link in the description below to purchase them, just in case you were interested in getting it.
Amateur radio and GMRS too.
Hey guys, this is Joe Tech from Amateur Radio and GMRS, and today we're going to be comparing high-end handhelds to the little UV5R Mini. Now, why are we doing this? Well, now we're comparing a Chinese radio with a Japanese radio, so we're going from a Baofeng to a Yaesu. I have an incredible member base from my repeater network here called Selden Radio, and my members just have an enormous amount of radios, and they're part of my admin team for Selden Radio, and so we're going to be going over the FT5D radio. Absolutely beautiful screen. This is a dual VFO radio with C4FM fusion. It has a built-in modem for APRS. It actually does 5 watts on UHF and VHF. I'm very impressed with it. The way this works, it has dual radios, so you can actually listen to 2 separate frequencies at the same time. It's not considered dual watch like this. The Mini only has 1 radio. Even though it has A and a B channel, only one could be listening at a time. This, on the other hand, can listen to 2 VFOs at the same time. 2 separate channels. It could be VHF or UHF, UHF and VHF. It doesn't matter. This thing has all those features built into it. It is a very expensive radio. Now, this radio does not come with a base charger. It comes with an AC adapter only that plugs in the side. The volume, the knob system on the top could get a little, you have to get used to it, because the large knob on the top is actually the volume, and the small knob on top is actually the channel selector, changing the channels. And then if you want to change the squelch, you must press the squelch button on the side, and it allows you to change the squelch on that particular frequency. You press it again, and it turns back to volume. So squelch would be yellow, volume would be red. It's a fantastic radio. I mean, I was just talking on it. I was very impressed. This has AMS, so it can actually figure out which way it should go, either analog or digital. Narrowband, wideband, it does all this on the fly. That's what the AMS is for. Automatically detects and selects the signal mode, analog, FM, or C4FM digital, of the other station. DGID operation allows for digital group communications, identification, APRS, data modem, built-in 1200, 9600 board, data modem for automatic packet reporting, system operations, even does Wires X support. So I do actually have a Wires X device here. This, so if you wanted to see what it looked like, this is the Wires X device, and which also makes things into, it's a portable digital, Wires X is a portable digital node function. Its model number is HRI200. If you wanted to see that, I have that there too. So the Yaesu FT5D offers lots and lots of features. Will you use them is the question. The screen is absolutely beautiful. I mean, the screen has so much data on it. I can go over all of the icons on the screen if you like, and go over what each thing stands for. It's quite impressive. This even has GPS. It has 64 channel GPS. I mean, it just blows my mind at how much radio you get for the money. All right, so this is when you become a serious operator. There is nothing wrong with the UV5R Mini. Absolutely not. It has its place. But if you're just looking for UHF, VHF communications, analog only, and you want to get in a cheap way, this is the radio to buy, the UV5R Mini, because it fits the bill 100%. 100%. It's just that when you're trying to compare, you're comparing essentially, this is the top of the line radio here. This is like a Ferrari, a Lamborghini, and this is like a Honda Civic. You know, it still gets you the A, the B. So does this, but this, you do it in style. And this one is shocking that it actually does 6.6 watts on UHF. This one does 5, a little bit over 5, on UHF and VHF. So there are pros and cons to both. Actually, I haven't found the con yet on this. Not yet. The Yaesu FT5DR is a dual band CF4 FM/FM digital transceiver with a rugged, waterproof IPX7 design, featuring a high resolution TFT touch display, 5-watt transmit power, a high-sensitive GPS receiver, and simultaneous dual-band reception. Key digital features include automatic mode select, which is AMS, a digital group ID, DGID, operation. Other notable features include optional wireless hands-free operation with Bluetooth, a microphone SD card slot, high-speed band scope, and support for WiresX portable digital node function, which I already showed you. This is submersible, people. This thing could be dropped in water. Like probably, I'm guessing most, even cell phones, 1 meter for half an hour. That's you know, that's pretty good. So if you splashed it, dropped in a pool, take it out, you're fine. Well, you shouldn't be by a pool with a radio. You never know. You might have it. Or you might want to talk on the water. Also, if you want to get a Mars Cat mod on this, that's $35. Everything on the Yaesu radios are all a la carte. You have to spend extra money to get that particular feature. This radio, out of the box, transmits on GMRS and handbands. By the way, they will be coming out with a UV5R Mini GMRS, which I'll be getting and reviewing that as well. So the way this feels in your hand is just, it feels like quality. It feels like a Cadillac in my hand. It feels like a Ferrari in my hand in terms of high-end handheld in my hand. It's just absolutely beautiful. It does have a touch screen, so you select the option you want and you just press the button. You can go to APRS right now, and there's a ton of options of APRS on this radio. And there's a back button to go back. You go to the GM button, which is the DPID list and the radio ID check. There's so many things on this. Let me go to memory. Let's see. So when you program this radio, you can program it using RT systems, okay? Do everything you need, save the file to the SD card, and then pop it in the radio, and then upload that file, that code plug into the radio via the SD card. It's a win-win. Oh, son of a bitch. He actually has a micro SD card in here. He has a 32 gig card in here. Son of a gun. Wow. Not that I really want to do this, but I have a funny feeling if I dropped the Yaesu radio on the ground, it probably will survive. I don't want to drop on the ground to test it, because these aren't mine. But I could almost venture the guess that this would probably shatter in a couple of pieces. I'm not doing that either. Not my radio. This is actually Carlos's 898. Now we're going to do the FT70D. So this radio is also a digital radio. So the Yaesu FT70D is a dual band 144 to 430 megahertz handheld transceiver that supports both FM and C4 FM digital modes. So this radio and the one we just talked about can do the same thing. Identical. Just one has a beautiful, beautiful screen, and one has a traditional, the way Yaesu makes their radios. This is far nicer on the eyes, lots of data on it. This one you just key up, transmit, because you know that you're on it. Not a fancy screen at all. Big difference. Big money difference too. This, I believe, is a $150 radio. The FTD is a $500 radio. A beautiful radio. You get a lot of radio for $500. Is it worth it though? Is it worth it to you to spend that kind of money? And by the way, all the radios that I have here, I will have a link in the description below to purchase them, just in case you were interested in getting it. Kind of sort of review, comparison for all the radios. We're not going into great detail on each radio, we're just going over the basics. The Yaesu FT70D is a dual band 144 430 megahertz handheld transceiver that supports both FM and C4 FM digital modes. Key features include 5 watts of RF power, robust IP54 rated dust and water protection, not waterproof. You know what? Let me take a look at that. The battery will prove to me if it is or not. Let me see. Push. No, it does not have any seals. The battery does have a rubber gasket around it. So that will prevent, it's not submergible. Will be definitely splash proof. Probably, because you hear that click in and it's a nice tight feel. Digital and analog modes operates in both C4 FM digital and FM analog modes. You could do both at the same time, just like I believe it has AMS as well. 5 watts of RF power provides a strong output for reliable communications. Rugged construction features IP54 rating for dust and water protection. Wideband receive covers frequencies from 108 to 579.995 megahertz for broad reception. Now this is for receiving only, so this can act as a scanner because it has air frequencies in it as well, which may be a game changer for some. Who knows? Loud audio, a large front speaker provides 700 milliwatts of audio output. Automatic mode select, AMS, automatically detects and selects and receives signal mode, digital or analog. So it does the same as this beast here does. It just doesn't look as nice. So let's turn this thing on. So the knob does two things: channel selection and volume. You have to press the volume button on the side and then adjust the volume with the knob. So it's a two-function knob, but you must press the volume button on the side to change the volume. It's pretty cool. This radio also has the Mars cap mod on it. Sorry, a ham radio outlet. It was done there. So has this radio, a ham radio outlet. I believe it's either a $35, $40, $50 option. Each device is different. It depends on, how complex it is or not. Has external DC jack, can be powered and the battery charged using the external DC supply, which is unheard of. Most people, they say with these Chinese radios is that you can't charge and transmit at the same time. You'll damage something with the Type-C charging. These radios, you can't damage them. You can transmit with them plugged in and listen and do all the functions as you normally would, which is nice. The US version includes a weather alert scan to check for NOAA severe weather alerts, and the included accessories comes with the antenna, an 1800 milliamp hour lithium battery, charger, and USB programming cable, which is actually unique because the other one did not come with that. Will it do what you need it to do? Absolutely. But it's a single VFO. It's not dual VFO like this radio. So now we're going down in features. Japanese radio, going down in features. The way this radio looks is snazzy. This button, the way it feels in my hand, also feels really nice. It's wider. It's just almost as wide as the FT5D. The way it feels in your hand feels like it's a rock solid radio. Doesn't feel cheap. Again, if I drop this radio, I feel that it would definitely survive the fall, for sure. There is a lock on the bottom of the battery to prevent the battery from accidentally falling out, which I think that's a really nice feature. I kind of like that. Overall, it's a beautiful radio. I like the amber screen. Again, once this is programmed, you just go to the channel you want to communicate on, and that's it. There's also a lock button on the side where the power is. You press and hold that, long press. It shuts it off. If you tap it once, it locks the keyboard and prevents movement of anything. So the FT70D, great radio, great digital radio. Is it worth the money to you? So now, last but not least, is the FT65. The FT65R is a rugged, compact, commercial-grade VHF and UHF dual-band handheld transceiver featuring 5 watts of output power. An IP54 dust and water protection rating, same as the 70D, same rating. Okay, so now we're parallel with the same rating. However, this is commercial construction versus civilian construction. So this is more of a rugged radio than this would be. Key features include a 1 watt internal speaker, a large white LED display, 4 programmable quick recall keys. It comes with a 1950 milliamp hour lithium ion battery providing over 9 hours of operation and a rapid charger. So it's a quick charger with this bad boy. It's much smaller. It has the same similar design. Now remember, this is an analog only radio. This does not do C4 FM. This is non-digital. This is a better comparison for the UV5R Mini. They're both analog devices. They're both UHF and VHF capability. The rugged construction built to commercial grade standards with IP54 dust and water protection and a MIL standard 810 CDE compliance. So completely different build structure. So this most likely would sustain a drop with no problem whatsoever because it's built around the MIL spec standard of 810. There are no rubber grommets on the outside of this radio, outside of this battery whatsoever. Unlike the 70D, which it did, this does not. The connection, or the waterproof connection, is preventing it from getting to the radio contacts of the radio or having it short out the battery. But the battery is not waterproof, so it doesn't really matter. So let's pop this baby back in again. It has up and down arrows to go through the frequencies that you have programmed. Again, these all use RT systems. So this has a proprietary microphone connection on here that's specifically for Yaesu, because the connections are much tighter together. That's actually very interesting. I'm assuming this comes with the charging base because I don't see any ports on here to charge it externally. You can do a Mars Cat mod with this too, and there's a code, and I have a code in the description below. You have to power off the radio, press the push to talk and the up button on the side, and then turn on the radio, and then type in a code to open up this for Mars Cat mod. Dual band operation, transmits and receives on VHF and UHF bands. Selectable power outputs, 5, 2.5, and a 1/2 watt output power operations. Powerful audio, a large front internal speaker delivers 1 watt of clear audio output. bright display, features a large white background LED display for high visibility. PC programmable, can be programmed via a computer for added convenience. Vox operation available when using the optional SSM512B earpiece microphone. Battery comes with a 1950 milliamp lithium ion, and then you can get an optional 2500 milliamp battery available for extended use. Rapid charging includes a rapid charger to get you back on the air quickly. Other notable features: FM broadcast receiver allows for listening to standard FM radio stations. Weather alert including WX channels and severe weather alerts. Transceiver to transceiver cloning for easy data transfer between radios. Automatic range transponder system, 8 ARTs, which I'm sure you're familiar with. Helps confirm communication within range of other ARTs equipped radios. You know, analog and digital tones. Transmitter timeout timer, and automatic power off, an energy saving feature to automatically turn off the radio. And that's what you have here with the FT65R. 100% analog. Can't compare them to the other two radios. So we went over a ton of stuff in the last 25 minutes or so. The UV5R Mini, which I've already reviewed, I'll have up here just in case you wanted to check out some details, more details of that radio. If you're familiar with that and you weren't familiar with these radios, then this was a good video for you to watch. I'm very impressed with these radios. The FT5D, the FT70D, and the FT65 are all awesome radios. Digital modes are not for everybody. Okay, so you have the ability to go fusion with these two radios. Fusion is kind of far and few between depending on what your location is, so buying these radios may be really tough. Because if you don't have fusion, you're not interested in digital, then this might not be the option. $500 for this, $150 for this one, and the pure analog is $100. So you have a large variety of all different radios. Would I buy? I'm interested in this radio. I think it's a really nice radio. Since you could do a Mars Cat mod on it, you can use fusion as well as analog. I think it's a great option. I'm not a 70D guy. I don't like the display on this. I like the amber, but I'm not a big fan of the menu system of this particular radio, as well as the FT65. However, being more basic, some people like basic. I'm not much of a basic guy. I like the FT5DR much better than obvious. You know, it's touchscreen. It offers more futuristic functions. I think this is just a better overall radio than the other two. However, putting that aside, for $20, $20, you can get yourself a UV5R Mini. And it does the same thing as an FT65. Identical. They're both analog radios. This is $100. $100. This is $20. You get two for $40. I mean, it's an easy sell. If you're a brand new tech and you want to get into radio, the harmonics of this radio is non-existent. It's very impressive. It doesn't interfere with anything. I hope this video was very helpful to you. If you guys like this video, give me a thumbs up. And if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. Take care, and we'll see you next time.
From Nassau shores to the Suffolk pines, to mountain tops where the big skip climbs. My life hit the mountain with dainty eye, flying through the air, no wind in the sky. Cause the lake is too high.
just want to show you what is involved in making videos on either channel. Just wanted to show you. This is I'm using DaVinci Resolve, and I'm using dual screen mode. So this is my entire timeline. But you can see this is pretty
very expensive radio.
Pretty detailed here.
This radio,
there's multitude of video tracks. You have to know where you want to put everything. Just wanted to give you like a little insight on how much time this is taking me.
Not come with a base charger. It comes with an AC adapter only that plugs in the side. The volume.
Notice a mistake.
Only that plugs in the side. The volume. Only that plugs in the side. The volume, the knob system on the top could get a little, you have to get used to it, because the large knob on the top is actually the volume, and the small knob on top is actually the channel selector.
So if you look closely, these are the arrows. That's in one position, that's in the next position, as you can see. And I have to position each one independently of each section and then copy them so I can show you the direction it's going in.
Because the large knob on the top is actually the volume, and the small knob on top is actually the channel selector, changing the channels.
Just so you know, I mean, it's a lot of work, and I just wanted to show you. Hope you watched this video to the end. And if you did, this video was dedicated to Charlie Kirk. May his family have all the prayers that they need, and he will be dearly missed. I thought he was a fantastic person.